Alright, so Ashveil's out, and it's pretty nice, pretty nice. And when I was checking out his kit, I can't help but think he's really good with Cipher. And it kind of makes me want to pull him, even though Silver Wolf comes out right after. So I actually have to like control myself. I'm like, damn, he'd be such a good team to have built with like Cipher and Feixiao. And like, he increases damage taken. Cipher increases damage taken. He increases damage dealt. I just need to figure out how his follow-up attacks work correctly. Causes critical damage and defense to all enemies. Oh yeah, and also he gains stuff too. But his spit is so nice when I get to look at him close up. I saw that his watch also reflects light too. I didn't see it here on this map. I saw it on the what's it called? Yeah. It actually kind of reflects the light. So nice. Such a good design.
Almost time to wrap up the assignment again.
Checks his watch for his idol animation. His boots are pretty good. Red, white, black, all comes together, and it has silver on it too. Still don't know what this kind of. I think it goes through his wrists. Does that nail go through his wrists? Oh, that is so nice. I think that goes through his wrists. What does this look like? It's like black with magenta and some purple. I think I see purple.
Trying to trick me? Trying to trick me?
It's a giant mouth and it only impairs?
A will of metal and stone.
A day of peaceful.
Does it initiate battle?
Are they here for revenge?
Jesus.
Trying to trick me?
Okay.
Mountains move. Dragons rise!
Oh, they're all going to transform.
I'll stand in their way. Incoming! It's of no consequence.
They're really going for Tribbie.
Trial fitting.
So, let's see. Oh, now his stats are shown. Right now he has 81 crit rates, 225 critical damage. Not too bad. Let's see. We should show his stacks. This is the Umbral Devourer. These are buffs from Tribbie, and these are buffs from himself. Right? Let's do Shaka's buff. It's Tribbie's buff.
In this mortal form, I will walk with you, watch over you, and guide you on your path.
Sins must be paid. Eye for eye.
Wait, does ultimate trigger that?
Dragons, obey this or calamity undone, soaring above the lands. This is permanence.
Go and fight to the death. Sins must be paid. Eye for eye.
It's coming!
Wait, ultimates and follow-up attacks trigger his gluttony, right? His devour.
Fighting the west wind, away we go!
So now he has no stacks. He has 7 stacks of gluttony. What's the maximum amount of stacks of gluttony he could get? This could also change the tower he devours. So if I changed it to
I
this,
see through you. I offer my blood to consume this injustice.
he's at 8 stacks of gluttony.
Beasts.
Goes up by 10.
Come
Oh, 210.
and slaughter each other. Go and fight to the death.
I'm so confused what his ultimate just did.
Go and fight to the death.
He
What
just
you seek is
devoured,
what you
so he
shall receive.
got more stacks.
Serenity stands clear before me.
Change devour target to you.
Sins must be paid.
I'm so confused. His ultimate gives back stacks, right?
I'll endure.
Which one of y'all would die first?
I see through you. I offer my blood to consume this injustice.
Then this also changes who his target is when he devours.
Beasts, come and slaughter each other. Go and fight to the death.
It's consumed multiple stacks there. Okay.
Sins must be paid.
That gave him
I will overcome the
2
thorns.
stacks for his follow-up, but he didn't get. I'm so confused how this works.
Horns of doubt bid you farewell. Dragons, Obey calamity undone, soaring above the lands. This is permanence.
Go and fight to the death. Sins must be paid. My job is to be nosy.
Okay, so I think how I understand this, that he gains stacks from entering battle using his technique. Then he also gains stacks from every time he uses his ultimate.
Watch my moves closely.
And he can't follow-up attack without his stacks.
I offer my blood to consume this injust beasts. Come and slaughter each other. Go and fight to the death.
Consume multiple stacks for multiple follow-up attacks for free. And now if I use my ultimate, it's going to devour her. And it should also give me back stacks, right?
Sins must be paid.
Incoming!
Go and fight to the death.
The basic attack also triggers a follow-up as long as he has a stack.
You're shady.
Okay. But I feel like he'll be really good to have with Cipher. So like Cipher, Tribbie could be good for him if you don't use Sunday or don't want to use Sunday. Sunday makes him attack way more consistently. This thing about advanced units, he can also use Bronya to help him advance. I'll go to his light cone real quick. Let's see. The finale of a lie. So, at Superimposing 1, it gives 18% critical rate, which is not that bad. At the start of battle, for every 4 instances of follow-up attack the wearer uses, the wearer gains Umbra Devour that lasts for 3 turns, while the wearer holds Umbra Devour, increases attack by 40% and damage taken by all enemies by 20%. And this effect cannot be stacked. But this affected this card itself, so you can't have multiple of this light cone on the field, and this effect takes place. So Cipher gives 40% damage increase to all enemies, like their damage taken. And then with this, it goes up to 60% technicality with Ashveil in the field, them together. I was wondering if I should actually pull for him and pull him on my follow-up attack team. And then if you have this at max, his crit rate goes up by 30%. His attack also gets increased by 80%, and the damage taken gets increased by 30%. So they could take up to 7% damage if you have Cipher, which is also pretty good because his eidolons also help him deal more damage passively and gain more stacks. Stats aren't really, like, I thought his speed would be higher. But I guess it makes sense that it's not. His attack's pretty high though. But when I saw his eidolons, I was like, huh. This also increases their damage taken as well if you have his eidolon 1. So if you have his light cone, Cipher, and he's E1, then they're going to take up to 84% damage, which is like insane technically. And then what's it? When enemies are below 50% HP, their damage increased up to this, what, fucking 36. So for, if I'm mathing correctly, then because what, Cipher gives 40, Ashveil with his light cone gives 20, and then with his E1, that would make it go up to 36 if when they're below. So they take up to 96 damage taken, which is like insane to me. I'm like, oh man, I want to pull for him, and I wish I get a double. And then the max stacks of gluttony increases to 18. I think the max is 10. I'm not sure because I've only saw it go up to 10. I don't know if we could go higher, but that's still pretty good because he consumes like 4 stacks every time he does something. And after each time Ashveil launches a follow-up attack, it refunds 30% of his gluttony stacks removed. So he gets like what, 2 back? I guess it depends on how many times he does his follow-up attack. And this just increases the skill level. This, when he uses ultimate, his attack gets increased by 40% for 3 turns, which is actually pretty good because that's just a free buff. And then when bait exists on an enemy on the field, reduce all all enemies like all type resistance by 20%. And for every stack of gluttony Ashveil has gained, increases the damage dealt by 4%, stacking up to 30 times. So I'm not sure if like I'm doing that correctly. But okay, wait, hold on a sec. Let me see something. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm correct on this, but this effect stacks up to 30 times. This effect right here for each stack of gluttony he has. I'm not sure how to like do that because if it goes up by 4% and this effect stacks up to 30 times for each stack of gluttony. So if you get like 18 stacks of gluttony, then you do like what, 72 more percent damage? Because this increases. Where is it? This increases his max to 18. I'm not sure about this because if it increases effectively 30 times, then it goes up with like 230. 430 times is 120. So I don't think it would be like 120%. That seems like a little bit like crazy. I'm not sure. But his eidolons are pretty powerful. Especially his E1 in my opinion, if you're just like going for that. And you have Cipher too. Pairing up with Cipher I think is like a really good idea, but I don't have Ashveil to test it out, and I do want to get him because he's a Galaxy Ranger and I don't have any of the Galaxy Rangers yet. I finally have one IPC member, but I don't have like Jade and Adventurine. Now Pearl's gonna come out. But he increases his attack by 10%, and then he increases his critical damage all the way up to 30. Oh, I think it was like 35 or 37%. So it's 1 to 2. It's just between that margin. And if I remember correctly, It's like he increases lightning damage by 13%. This is more critical damage. It goes up to like his critical goes up pretty high. And his bonus abilities are actually pretty good. While if Ashveil is on the field, critical damage dealt by allied targets is increased by 40%. And critical damage dealt by allied targets' follow-up attacks deal an additional 80%. So I feel like pairing them up with Cipher, Feixiao, like pretty good. And then maybe if you try to like do full follow-up attack team, I feel like it could work out pretty well if you could somehow cycle it like that, but I don't know. Like running them with because like what Feixiao. If you like try to do sustainless Feixiao Sunday, Cipher, and like just how fast and just like you get follow-up attacks off, I think it could work. Cause I could test that if I get Ashveil. Like, let me have to test it with his light cone. Where is it? Damage dealt by Ashveil's follow-up attack increases by 80%. Pretty good. And for every 1 stack of Gluttony in possession, damage dealt by follow-up attack increases by 10%. So he does like up to 100% more damage, and then you have what's it called? His E1, and you're at 18 stacks, then it would do what? 180% more damage? So that's really good. And then when the Ashveil uses his skill / ultimate, he gains 1 stack for his skill, and then 2 stacks for his ultimate for Gluttony. During Ashveil's follow-up attack, for every one enemies that suffer a killing blow, Ashveil gains stacks of Gluttony. So for every what's it called? For every enemy that dies, I guess. Oh, wait, during his follow-up attack. So yeah, for every enemy that dies to his follow-up attack, he gains a stack of Gluttony for it. Multiple stacks, because each enemy gives 1. So if somehow he kills multiple enemies with his follow-up attacks at once, or like within that turn basically, or whatever sequence that goes on, then he gains a stack for each. So it's pretty good, honestly. I wonder how viable he would be in what's it called? Pure Fiction. Let's see. This is when it's already at max. So it goes from 100%. See, makes one designated enemy on the field. Wait, what's it called? Makes one designated enemy on the field be the bait, dealing its lightning damage equal to 100% of Ashveil's attack. If the target is already the bait, additionally deals lightning damage equal to 50% of Ashveil's attack and recovers a skill point. Oh, okay. When the bait exists on the field, all enemies get the introduction by 20%. Oh, okay. So he gives debuffs out the ass, kinda. When there's no bait on the field, Ashveil immediately makes one enemy. When there's no bait on the field, Ashveil immediately makes the enemy with the lowest HP on the field become the bait. The bait state only takes effect on the most recently applied target. Okay, so basically he goes after whoever is the lowest next. Unlike Cipher, who goes after the highest. Okay. And let's see. His ultimate also marks someone as bait, so his ultimate and skill do the same thing about marking somebody for the bait sequence. the bait roll, and dealing it 200% of Ashveil's attack, then immediately launches one instance of enhanced follow-up attack against the bait. Ashveil gains 3 charges. This enhanced talent. This enhanced talent's follow-up attack does not consume charge whenever Gluttony reaches 4 stacks or 4 stacks or more. Consume 4 stacks of Gluttony to deal additional lightning instance. Okay. Lightning damage instance. It's equal to 100% of Ashveil's attack. And when this instance of follow-up attack is dealt as a killing blow, it will continue to deal damage to the new bait. This triggers until Gluttony becomes lower than 4 stacks. Oh, so that's when he was hitting multiple times with his ultimate. With the follow-up attack on it. If all enemies on the field have been dealt killing blows, the enhanced follow-up attack will immediately end. Okay. And then for his talent, Ashveil has an additional charge of 2 and can hold up to maximum of 3. After the bait gets attacked by other allied targets, Ashveil regenerates a fixed amount of energy, then consumes 1 charge to follow-up attack against the bait, dealing lightning damage equal to 100% of Ashveil's attack. Afterwards, gains 2 stacks of Gluttony, which can stack up to 12 times, so his max is 12. And then his Eidolon 1 increases it to 18. Pretty nice. And then this goes up to 200%, so it doubles it. Then this also goes up to 200%, doubled. This goes up to 100%, doubled. Also gets doubled because 40% damage reduction, pretty good. And Cipher also gives damage reduction as well. Defense reduction, not damage reduction. And then this gets doubled, 400% of Ashveil's attack, pretty nice. And this deals lightning damage to equal to 200% of Ashveil's attack, pretty good. So he's like pretty attack heavy. So I guess like building him up to get as much attack as possible. Also, his critical rate should be pretty high. Because he already gives himself a lot of critical damage, so technically I think I would build him like how I built my Feixiao. Let me hit as much crits as possible while still having decent amounts of critical damage. And with himself giving him, what, 36? Around like 36, 37% critical damage just from his traces alone. This goes up to 80 something percent. So his critical damage goes up to like 80 something percent, which is pretty good. So it just remains on like the rolls of your equipment and what you get, really. But I feel like, yeah, like, okay, so like his best ones I could say are like his best supports. Maybe it could be something like Robin, HouHou, what's his name, Danhan, the preservation form. I'm not going to say that long name. I don't think, maybe Tingyun too, so he can spam his ultimate and get more energy. And also, she increases attack. Tingyun can be pretty good for him. Sunday, yeah. I'm not too sure about Sparkle, even though she can advance his action and give him a lot of critical damage buffs. Depends what you want to do. Tribbie, yeah, because of the follow-up attacks that she could do. And then, yeah, he has a lot of good options, honestly, for what you could do for a team with him. Because he could go solo and do really well, and then you can also pair him up with, like, Feixiao, too, and he'll do really well. Because as long as he's getting his ultimate fast enough, really and truly, I feel like he could just kind of, like, sweep bosses if he's built correctly. Because as long as he's follow-up attacking, he's basically dealing like maximum output at all times. Oh, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I will see y'all later. Peace.